Hey everybody, so today I'm going to show you a design by Matheus Agnello. It's called the tractor tire and it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. So what I've already done now is I've got 6 feet of neon yellow, 6 feet of red. I've already done my cow's hitch on the one end, and I'm just going to back up one step here so you can see what I did. Normally what we do is we take our paracord from the bottom of this buckle and come up through the buckle, but this time we actually are going to go down through the top of it. So you should have something that looks just like this when you're ready to make your bracelet. To start this, we're just going to do a Solomon. So we're going to take our left over the 2 center strands and take our right over left and then bring that around the back and through that loop. So you should have something that looks like this, and then you just tighten that on up to the buckle. And once you get it close to the buckle, you can pull it tight. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do, and it only applies on this first step, is we're going to take our red, we're going to go around the back, and you don't want to keep a loop over here, so pull that all the way around. And then take your red over top of the 2 center strands. Create a loop on this side. So now you've got a loop, so the red goes around the back, create the loop, and take it back over to the left side over the top. Now take your neon, or your right side, create a loop, just like that, and take it up through that red loop. Now, basically you're going to take your yellow end, and you're going to take it down through that loop. So you're just going to thread it through this loop here. And let me get it on this one so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So basically I just created a loop over here, took that loop up through the other loop. So you have something that looks just like that. Now I take my yellow end and I thread it through that loop. And then you can pull all your excess through right now. Now you're also going to take this yellow strand and go down through the middle of these 2 strands. So just kind of weave that in between those 2 middle strands there. And then you're going to pull this tight. Now the first one definitely applies to this one. It's a little hard to get going. So what you're going to do first is you're going to pull this loop, that one that you stuck through the red loop, you're going to pull that one tight. So just reach around the back of it, pull that through, get that pulled tight. And then you're going to reach around to this where you took it down through the center, and you're going to pull that through. It might take a couple passes to get everything nice and tight, but just keep doing it until you can't get any tighter. It should be good. And then pull your red tight. Okay. So this first one, not quite tight enough, but you can always go back a little bit and tighten it on up. Alright, there we go. That's what we're looking for. So you're kind of looking for like a bridge over the yellow, and then the red to loop around the edge there. Alright, I'm going to zoom back out just a little bit there, and we're going to do the same thing again. So you take your red, create a loop, take it off to the right side, create a loop with the yellow, take it through the red. It's kind of hard to hold everything together. Alright, so I guess you can pinch it right at the bottom, right there. Pinch that. Try to keep your loop in there, don't pull it out like I just did. And then you're going to grab the end thread it through that loop and thread it down through the center. There we go. And then pull this as tight as you can get it. This one does take a little bit of patience, but it looks really, really good when it's all finished. And that looks about right. Maybe get that red one pulled a little tighter. Pull these two knots closer together. There we are. And that gives us two knots. So one there and one there. Now we'll do one more here. So we're just going to take our red again, loop it off to the right. Try to keep that loop a little smaller. It helps keep everything together. Now take your yellow, push it up through, which is basically creating a loop for you there. And you want to thread this from the top down. You don't want to go this way. So go top down, and then also thread this through the middle. So you're threading two places, top down, and then go down through the two center strands. Now if you switch hands, like I just did, make sure you're pinching everything together so it doesn't move on you. Alright, I'm going to pull the slack out of that yellow first, and I can pull my red tight. Just basically you're finding slack and you're pulling it tight. There we go. So now we've got three of those. So I'm going to finish this on up. You just work this all the way down. I'm going to finish it up and I'll be back. I'll show you how to end the bracelet. Alright, so I ran out of yellow. I don't think I've done that before, so I'm only about 1.5 inches away from the bottom of the bracelet. So if you're gonna make this bracelet, make sure you go heavy on your most dominant color. The red, just because it goes back and forth, it doesn't use a lot. I've got probably 3 feet of it here, but the yellow I ran out of. So basically what I'm going to do here is I just took my yellow down through the center. I'm just going to show you how to finish this off because I don't have enough to finish. But at least I can show you how to finish yours. So what you're going to do is you're going to do just the basic Solomon here. So take your yellow, create a loop on the right, take it over the right, or over the left, over the center pieces. Take your left piece over the yellow, and then up through this loop here. Okay, and you're going to pull that tight. Now you're going to do the same thing one more time. Just take the yellow over the top, take your red over the yellow, around the back, and through the loop, and pull it tight. And this will give you a knot. This looks really funny without being at the end. I guess I can slide this down a little bit just to make it look like it's at the end. There we go. So you'll have something that looks very similar to this. And what you're going to do is you're just going to cut these ends. Hold on one second. You're just going to snip the end here. We're going to singe it. And then make it stay in there. Just like that. And then you're going to do the same thing to the other side here. But that's basically it. Once you singe both ends, you've got a completed bracelet. I do apologize for running out. I think that is the first time I ran out. I did not expect that the yellow would take up so much paracord. I would say if you're going to use 6 feet of red, I would at least do 8 feet. You could probably get away with doing 5 feet of red and 8 feet of yellow, I think, and you'd be fine. But there it is. This is the tractor tire. It's a design by Matheus Agnello, and I'll put a link up to his page. He's got a bunch of other designs. They're pretty cool, pretty unique. The description will have a link down there for his page where you can see all his instructions. I just turned it into a video for him and for you so you can follow it along a little easier. But there you have it, the tractor tire. Thanks for watching, and paracord on.